銀河鉄道39
All right, let's read Chapter 1 of Volume 9 of Galaxy Express 39. We are starting Chapter 9, but this is the final conclusion for the Wadakyure no Kukan Kiko, the Valkyrie's space ride, whatever you can see here. It was continued from the end of the previous chapter. ちょっとあんた外を見てごらん。面白いから。Oh, just a quick recap also. They've been abducted by the Valkyrie and the three space witches. The Valkyrie revealed at the end of the previous chapter that her heart has become like ice, and she now desires that to be how the entire universe becomes, everyone with ice. So she is taking them to the ends of the universe, presumably to freeze them or something. I don't know. It's weird. ちょっとあんた外見てごらん。面白いから。So wait, or a little bit. You look outside because it's interesting. So mite goran is a polite way to do a command, like look outside. Ananda denda, like what are you saying? So he looks outside. Hey, あれは星じゃない? As for that stuff, planets or stars, it isn't. Those aren't planets. That's no moon. That's no planets or stars. 宇宙人でもない. Even space dust, it is not. Yeah, it's not even space dust. Oh, I need to add a new thing here. Since we're on volume 9. Space dust. Okay. It's not space dust, and so he looks closer. Indeed. It's just, that's a lot of skulls. Hakkotsu da. It's bones. Hakkotsu. That's just like white bones. Yeah, bleached bones. Oh. Oh, okay. All right, so we get our splash page. Here's the Valkyrie ship speeding along, surrounded by bones in space. Again, Chapter 1, Wadakyure no Kukan Kiko. This is just continued. So again, the Kiko is again like horseback riding. So the space horseback riding of the Valkyrie, or of Valkyrie. As we found out, Valkyrie is the name of a person. It's not like we use it typically with like talking about the Valkyries in plural. Koko wa doko? As for this place, where? So where are we? Iwayuru uchu no hatte. Basically at the ends of the universe. Iwa. The so-called ends of the universe. ここらで私の船を降りてもらいます。降りてもらいます. Okay, so as for hereabouts, my boat will receive like getting off of it. I will receive you getting off of my boat, my ship in this place. Hereabouts. メートルの他はね. As for other than メートル, you know, so basically everyone getting off except for メートル. 降りるなら私も一緒. If it's getting off, I also together. So if we're getting off, then I'm going to go with them. でも、なぜこんなことをなさるの? Wadakyure? However, why this sort of a thing is it becoming a Valkyrie? So like basically, or no. Nasaru is the polite way of suru. So why are you doing this or this sort of a thing, Valkyrie? 答える必要はありません. As for the necessity of answering, it doesn't exist. So I don't need to answer you. 1時間後に降りてもらいます. Within 1 hour, we'll receive getting off. So you will get off my ship in 1 hour. この空間は真空ではありませんよ. As for this space, in pure emptiness or pure space, it does not exist. Shinku, like pure emptiness. Yeah, a vacuum. Okay. So as for the space here, with a vacuum, it does not exist. So there's not a vacuum outside, is what she's saying. Bacteria ga uyoyoiru. Bacteria are swarming. Yogoreta gasu jo seiun no naka. A dirty gas condition of a star cloud inside. Inside a star cloud of a dirty gas condition, bacteria are swarming. Or maybe we are inside a cloud of stars with this dirty gas condition with bacteria swarming. Either way, she's trying to say there's not a vacuum outside. But that doesn't sound good. It's like a sea of bacteria out there. Presumably that's what causes the bones. 1年もすれば、あなた方も白骨の星になれるというわけ. Yeah. So even 1 year, if does. So within 1 year, even your direction, even you people, into stars of white bones will become. It's that sort of a reason. ここは私の安住の空間. As for this place, it is the space of my safe residence of myself. What would a safe sanctuary? Living peaceably. As for this place, it's my living peaceably space. 何千何万という発光の星に散りばめられた空間の城. Oh boy. So a castle of space that is chiribamerareta. Like littered with? Inlaid. Encased or studded with. Studded with stars of white bones. Bones of thousands and 10,000s. Thousands and 10,000s of bones of white stars, of the things called stars of white bones. With that, a castle of space that is studded with those things or inlaid with those things. This is what she's calling her living peaceably space. なぜそんなに人を殺すの? Why killing people in this way? Why are you killing people or that way? Or that much? そんなに人を殺すの? Why are you killing that many people? 人に話しても分かってはくれません. 人に話しても分かってはくれません. Hito ni hanashitemo. Even if talk with people, as for understanding, didn't receive or don't receive. Oh, even when I tell people, I don't receive understanding. So even Even when I tell people the explanation why I kill, they don't understand. Okay, so we don't actually get an answer. あと1時間か in just 1 hour? なんとかこの船をハイジャックできないかな? Somehow this boat or this ship hijack, is it not possible, I wonder? Is there no way to hijack this ship, I wonder? 無理だろ. It's probably impossible. It's probably not possible. 3人の女騎士が見張っているから. Those 3 people, the 3 lady knights, are overwatching. That's why. They're keeping watch. Mibado. Mibate. Well, I guess it's miharu. It doesn't turn into a ba there. Yeah, they're standing watch. Yatte miru ka, Tetsuro? What is going on here? Okay, so there's the conductor, and he's like sitting on top of the singing guy. Anyway, will you try to do it, Tetsuro? Shikujite motomoto da. Shikujite. Failing, blundering is motomoto. Oh, this is like, it's gonna fail from the start. Shikujite motomoto da. Oh, so they're both trying it. Are they kind of floating? Or is he crawling? Maybe that's him supposed to be sneaking. Gakin. Miga. All right, so apparently that did nothing to, and he gets a judo chop. Bishi? Yeah, they just handily smack them down. Dame da na. Ha ga tattanai. So it's no good, isn't it? Ha ga tattanai. The teeth don't stand up, which is an expression which means unable to compete, not able to make a dent. Not even a dent. Koitsura wa kikai kajin da. As for these people, or as for these guys, they're mechanized people. Ningen nanka kowaku nai yo. So I think this is the lady saying, humans or whatever aren't scary, or we're not afraid of humans. Otonashiku shite nasai. Be calm, be docile. So basically, like, stop making a fuss. Yararete shimatta. So here's Tetsuro crawling back in. Got done in. We got done in. Kenka o utta no? Did you get wounded? Or no, kenka o utta is like picking a fight. Selling a quarrel. Yeah. Kenka o utta is to pick a fight. You picked a fight? Watashi no musume tachi ga rambo shita no. Okay, so my daughters, you did rambo, which is like violence. Yeah, you were violent, rough, lawless with my daughters. それは悪かったね. As for that, I'm sorry. Or maybe like, oh, as for my daughters, they did roughness. They did violence. Did they do violence, my daughters? As for that, I'm sorry, you know? Okay. musume tachi ka? Kikai kajin no ne? Daughters. They're mechanized people, right? Okasan, mother. Omae tachi, skoshi douga sugimasu yo. Okay, you all, a little bit degree exceeding. Douga sugiru. To go too far. So you all go a little bit too far, you know? Ningen tachi o aite ni suru toki wa te kagen shinasai. Humans, as for the time of doing as an opponent, basically hold back. Hold back when you have humans as an opponent. Androido ni wa te kagen nante koto o rikai dekinai desho kedo ne? Chigaimasu ka, sanin-san? So this is Meitoru saying, so as for to androids, holding back or whatever, that event, as understanding, no, understanding is not possible, is it? Probably, right? It's probably not possible for understanding holding back to androids. Is it different? 3 people? Is it different, you 3? Meitoru. Okay, they seem to be angered by that. Oh, uh-oh. All right, Meitoru is doing something. It looks like she threw some, like, explosives or something. And all 3 of them are going up in smoke or something. Okay, they're just destroyed. Ah! Koitsura wa kikai kajin janai. Wait. As for these, mechanized humans are not. They're not these ones. As for these guys, they're not mechanized humans. Tada no robotto da. They're just robots. Androido da. They're androids. Oh, okay. So that was the specific here of when she said, as for to androids, they don't understand the idea of holding back. So she knew that they were not mechanized humans. They're androids. Is that the first time we've seen that distinction? I'm not sure. So, 私の娘たちは一人残らず、旅の途中殺されたわ。Indeed, as for my daughters, without one remaining, or one person not remaining on the road's journey were killed. So basically, all of my daughters were killed on the tabi, on the way of the tabi, the journeys on the way on the journey. Ningen ni ne, by humans. Muho mono no ningen ni ne, by lawless humans. Okay, now we're getting. Wait. Muho, not mumo. Mumo is hairless. By hairless humans. Oh? Muho mono. By outlaws. Outlaw humans. これは私が子供たちの面影を頼りに作り上げた機械の人形。Okay, as for these things, meaning the daughters, me, children's omokage, oh boy, like the surface and the shadow, which I guess is kind of like the being Kage. Is it Omokage? Yeah, the face, the looks, the vestiges. And Tayori ni. Here is going to mean Tayori. Dependence? Reliance. Maybe like reliably? Reliably made mechanized dolls. So they're mechanized dolls that like did the favor of making reliably or dependably, maybe like in a way that accurately reflects the vestiges of my children. And I'm the one that did that. Okay. So she made these mechanized dolls. 3人の娘の死体を抱いて私は誓ったわ。Hugging the corpses of my 3 daughters, as for me, did chikata. Oh, I vowed. As for me, I made a vow. I vowed, like, while hugging the corpses of my 3 daughters. 生きとし生ける人間すべて白骨の星屑にして、娘たちのために飾ってやると。Okay, so this is I vowed, and the to here is a quotation of the vow. So I vowed that I would do decoration for the purposes of my daughters. I would decorate for my daughters by making into hoshikuzu. Kuzuni? Okay, hoshikuzu might be something. Stardust. Another way to say stardust. Making into stardust of bones all humans living yeah. Iki to ikeru. Wait, toshi. Iki toshi? Oh, this is a phrase. Iki toshi ikeru. All living things. All living humans, all of them, into white bones of stardust, making them into. That I would do that. That's what I vowed. For the purposes of my daughters, and I would do decorating. Would decorate. There we go. Put that all together. これは3人の娘たちに捧げるワルキューレの花束。As for this, to the 3 daughters, sageru. Offering, lifting up, devoting, sacrificing, consecrating Valkyries like flower, like bouquet. Hana Taba. Yeah. Okay, so she's looking outside at all the bones and she's saying, as for this, so as for all these bones, it's the bouquet of Valkyrie being offered to the 3 daughters. Oh boy. All right. Well, we finally get a rationalization for this. Hakatsu no hanataba hakotsu. Hakotsu no hanataba ka? So, flowers of white bones? So Tetsuro asks this question. We get another shot of the bones floating around in space. All right. So there's Valkyrie there. I guess she's continuing to speak. 無限の可能性があった若い娘たちを殺した人間が憎い. Okay, so I hate hatred or dislike of the humans that killed my young daughters who had limitless talent or limitless possibilities. 無限の未来があった私の娘たちを殺した人間が憎い. And again, detesting or hatred of the humans that killed my daughters that had a future that was limitless. 生かしておくものか. How could I bear to let live? How could I bear to let those humans live? 一人も, even one person. 人間が私の娘の未来を奪ったのなら、私も人間どもの未来を全部奪ってやるまで. My daughter's futures snatching, if that's the case, then I also, humans' futures, every part will snatch up until that point. So then I will snatch everything, all parts, up until all parts of the futures of humans. そうね, indeed. 哲郎にも無限の可能性があるものね. 未来があるものね. So it is that way, or indeed, also to Tetsuro, a limitless possibilities exist. It's that thing. And a future exists. It's that thing. Praida-san ni mo, also to Mr. Prider, the limitless possibilities and and a future. Shinitaku nai ka? You don't want to die? Not wanting to die? Atarimae dai? Obviously. どうして? Why? やりたいことがいっぱいあるからさ. Wanting to do things, lots of them exist, and that's why. Because there's lots of things I want to do. あなたは Praida. As for you, Prider. 同じさ. Same. What? Oh, this is the conductor. 私も. Me too. There we go, about 5 pages left. That's not bad. 私の娘もそう考えていたのに殺されたんだよ. My daughters also that way, even though they thought. So even though all my daughters also thought like that, they were killed. お若かったのにね. Even though they were young. お若かった. They were young. Hone to nare. Become bones. Okay. Someone is screaming, Nani o suru no ka? What doing? That might be Tetsuro, because it looks like Prider is coming in, and that's the sword. So that might be Tetsuro screaming this. Oh! Prider! Wow. Red-shirted this guy. Dot. 私が戦うしかないよね、ワルキューレ. I, fighting, like no choice, it seems. Like I have nothing I can do but fight. What, Valkyrie? nothing to do but fight. Meiteru? I guess this is Tetsuro. Dame da Meiteru. Warakure wa tsuyoi yo. Hayaku nigete. It's no good, Meiteru. As for Valkyrie, strong, quickly run, quickly flee. Mate, this is Prider talking, it looks like. Mate, ore ga tate ni naru, omae mo nigero, Tetsuro. So like, wait, I becoming a shield, and you also flee, Tetsuro. And now the conductor is saying, Joukyaku o mamoru no wa shashou no tsutome desu. As for protecting passengers, it's a conductor's duty. Tsutome. Service duty, responsibility. So Valkyrie sees these three people rallying around Meiteru. And a strange break here, but then apparently she's just walking away. Doushita no Warakure? What's wrong, Valkyrie? Moto no kukan e modoru no sa. Will return to the origin of space. I guess maybe that's like as opposed to the extremities of space. So will return to the origins of space. Let's go with that. Ginga Tetsuro no Kiro no aru tokoro e. To the place where the galaxy railway exists. Naze, why? Omae tachi ga kabayao no o mite itara. You all, when seeing, this is going to be like protecting each other. Kabayao. Yeah. Kabao means to protect someone, and then the ao just is a mutual thing. So you all, when seeing, doing protection of each other. Kabayate shinde itta sanni no musume no koto o omoi dashita kara sa. Sore dake da yo. The protecting each other and dying three daughters event remembered. That's why. So when I saw you protecting each other, I remembered my three daughters protecting each other and dying. It's just that. I don't like wincing. Close. Okay, here's Tetsuro, and Prider is like singing. What is he singing? Is this his song that he had at the beginning? Something Mukashi. Something Nideta. Keredo. Something, it's a bit broken. Yeah, there's the steam whistle. Hiteki wa mada night. It continues to cry. So yeah, he's singing the song that we saw at the beginning of the chapter back in volume 8. I think that's Toi Mukashi or something. Tabi ni detta. Yeah, like a long time ago, setting out on the journey, but starting the journey, as for the steam whistle, it still blows. It still cries out. And he dies. Zoo, 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 zoo. Praida wa shinda wa. As for Prider, dead. Watashi wa machigatte ita yo ne. As for me, it seems I was mistaken. Jibun no mirai, jibun no kodomo no mirai ga nakunatta kara to itte, hito no mirai made ubao no wa machigai da to ne. Okay. One's own future and one's own children's future, because it becomes nothing, like, I guess, about that whole thing. If one's own future becomes nothing, and if the futures of one's own children become nothing, to the point of people's futures, as for snatching other people's futures, it's a mistake. Okay, there's the train. So they appear to be back. Oh, this is the last page. Here we go. And that's it. Watakyure wa dou surun daro? As for Valkyrie, how will do, I wonder? What will she do, I wonder? Hakkotsu no praida o ushiro ni nosete. Okay. Hakkotsu no praida o ushiro ni nosete. Noseru means to place, right? To place behind. Ushiro ni. To place behind. Nosete. To place on something. To take on board. Oh, that's it. It's to take on board. Yeah. It's not. Okay. Yeah. Take on board. I'm not sure why ushiro. Behind. Prider's white bones. Hakkotsu no hoshi no naka o shogai samayoi aruku desho ne. And among or inside the stars of white bones, entire life samayoi, loitering and walking probably. So what will Valkyrie do, I wonder? She will probably walk and loiter entire life among the stars of white bones and taking on board ushiro ni, the white bones of Prider. Praida no uta o hakkotsu no uta o kiki nagara ne. While listening to the song of white bones, the song of Prider. Meaning, not the song he was singing, the song of his white bones. Wow. Boku ni mo Watakyure no kimochi ga wakaru yo. Also to me, Valkyrie's mood, I understand. Or her feelings, her sentiment. Kikai hakushaku ni kasa no korosareta toki boku datte. Because it's the time my mother was killed by the machine count. So he's basically saying, like, I understand her feelings because I feel the same as when my mom was killed by the machine count. Meituru has no response there. And we get our closing paragraph. Whew. All right, we get the train speeding off somewhere. What do we have here for this bit? 近づかなければ目には見えないが、星の海には数限りない白骨がまだあったはずの自分の未来の歌を歌いながら漂っているという。Okay. 漂って。Wait, is it 漂って? Isn't that 漂って? Or is that 漂って? It's 漂って. That's a very, very worn off da to drift. Okay. 近づなければ. If not becoming closer, as for to the eye, not visible, as for... Wait, okay, hold on. As for in a sea of stars that are not visible to the eye if you don't get closer. Okay, so as for in a sea of stars that aren't visible to the eye if you don't get closer, a limitless white bones are still existing. There ought to be still bones that are like, I guess, white bones without number. And one's own future, a song while singing, loitering, it's that sort of a thing. Okay. I'm trying to figure out what is actually the thing that is loitering. I think it's... Kagirinai. Yeah, okay, it's the it's the limitless white bones. So as for in a sea of stars that are not visible to the eye unless if you get closer, a limitless, without number, white bones are loitering while singing a song of the future of oneself that ought to have been, that ought to have been, maratta. Okay. That sort of a thing. Talking about all that. Tetsuro wa hakkoto ni naru mae ni So, as for Tetsuro, before becoming white bones, uta o zenbu utai owaritai to omou no da. So as for Tetsuro, he's thinking that he wants to finish all the songs, or he wants to finish singing all the songs before he becomes white bones. Okay, that makes sense. These bones that loiter around singing about one's own future, that ought to have existed, Tetsuro thinks that he wants to finish singing all of his songs before he becomes white bones. Goodness, wow. There were some deep things on this final page. All right, well, that is the end of chapter 1 and the end of the Valkyrie storyline. All right, well, next will be this. This will be chapter 2. We'll see what that's going to be about next time.